Branden and I left the proving grounds a couple hours ago. We're headed over by Eminence, Missouri to assist the landowner. He's got about 60 acres. And Branden is a summer intern. He's here for the summer. He's a student in wildlife at MU, Missouri University. Glad to have him along. Gosh, yesterday we calibrated some drills and do some stuff. Of course, we just had our field event. And he's been planting some food plots and, of course, cutting on some cedars. So just, again, that hands-on, practical work, you don't get that in a classroom. And I think everyone, no matter what you're going to do, teacher and, forestry, wildlife, whatever, needs to get some dirt on your fingernails, so to speak, so you know what you're doing. So Branden's going with us to consult today and see what we prescribe for this landowner, and then next week it's going to Georgia and Alabama, see some different habitat and see what we prescribe over there. So just want to bring you along today and hopefully show you what we're doing on this property, what we prescribe, and maybe you can use some of this information to make your proving grounds meet your objectives. So what's your objectives? As I'm walking around, look at tree species and whatnot, what's your objectives?
Well, I want it to be a hunting property. For my
And
sons.
do you guys like to bow hunt or gun hunt or all the above?
They do both.
Okay. All right. Well, so like just early on here, but I look over here, of course, you got a bunch of stems per acre, hundreds of stems per acre. So first thing you need to do is some TSI, timber stand improvement. Deer, like all of us, we live off of photosynthesis. Whatever you had for breakfast, eggs, bacon, whatever you had, that come from photosynthesis somewhere. Some animal ate a plant. So when we look up, this canopy is so thick, we need to open this up to get more sun down to the ground. We're learning more about the property as we go, but in this part of the woods, and it's been timbered in the past, not that long ago in tree terms. So what happened is you got all these volunteer saplings coming back, and they're just way too thick. And we can use the hack and there's no market value in these small trees, so we're just kill them standing. We use a hack and squirt technique. We're talking more about as we get down through here, but in this part, you could benefit and hold way more deer and be much easier to hunt by thinning this timber out. Much, much easier. Night and day. Night and day. It's easier to identify hickories because that whole thing is one leaf. These are leaflets.
Okay.
But coming off the limb here, you can see you got this whole thing. There's the end of the limb. Deer don't eat hickory nuts. Squirrels do, but they eat acorns too. So I would take out most of these hickories. They're a real low quality tree, never gonna be a market for them, or not, probably not. And favor the oaks. And I can work with either you guys or a contractor, whoever you have do this, and help them understand what we want to achieve. Do you happen to know what this plant is by chance?
Nope.
Well, I'll tell you. It's a little blueberry bush.
Oh,
and,
all right.
And deer usually don't eat blueberry like that, which tells me they're very hungry.
Okay.
But there's no groceries here.
Yeah.
Here's that other plant we just looked at. You see how they browse it? Same plant.
Yep.
And right here.
Yep. And over there.
Yeah. You could grow a lot of food here. You gotta get more sun on the ground. Take out these. This is a hickory, and that's a hickory, and that's a hickory. Have the crew take out all these hickories and a few of the bad oaks, like this real crooked one or whatever, and get some more sun on the ground and put a fire in here, and it will be awesome. Having a good day in the Ozarks with Rudy. Just met Rudy, but we've already hit it off. He's a fly fisherman. I'm a rookie fly fisherman. So we're talking that, but working on this property. Got about 60 acres here in the Ozarks.
Yep.
And this is what we call
biological desert. We look through here. I mean, there's a little bit of multiple rows there, but behind me, just a whole bunch of stems, taking almost all the sunlight. Look at the amount of shade behind us. And therefore, we got just a layer of leaves on the ground.
Right.
So I've been talking to Rudy, and I make this prescription a lot, but we're going to come in. I'm going to suggest a contractor to him. He's a pretty busy guy, but we're going to do some hack and squirt and take out the low quality trees, leave the better quality trees. Rudy's not interested in timber value. You're a wildlife guy, right?
Right.
So we're going to leave the best quality trees. Here in the Ozarks, the best oaks are good acorn producers and the money trees too. So it's a win-win for you.
Right.
Some areas that's not the case, but here it works out to be a win-win. And then follow that up with a prescribed fire. And I'm just telling him, once we get past that first prescribed fire, a month or two, this place is going to go from a desert to a cafeteria with all kinds of stuff to eat. We've been walking around, and I pointed out several plants deer are browsing on, even down to low bush blueberry, which deer love the blueberries, but not normally those woody stems. So deer are kind of hungry here.
Right.
And his neighbors aren't going to do this. So when he improves the habitat, you know what's going to happen to deer. And I've already given him a heads up. Well, we get this rolling, you and your son's got to harvest some does. Because, you know, you open a restaurant and you don't charge a fee, you let everyone eat for free, you know what happens, right? You run out of food.
Right.
Well, your fee is basically harvesting some does, because if you open this up and your neighbors don't do anything, the deer are going to pour in here and they're each out of house and home, so to speak. So, got a plan. Most of Rudy's property looks just like this. There's some openings, and we're going to start food plots there after we've got this under control. If we just plant a little food plot now with this few groceries, the deer just wipe it out.
Yeah, no
so
time.
We need to get this going, and then kind of second phase of this project to be a food plot program.